Brother Jim reporting here. George Soros makes an ominous prediction on Trump. All sorts of them, actually. George Soros, known to fund BLM protests, open borders, and other pro-Hillary policies, has come out against Trump, saying he's going to fail. Maybe he's just deflecting from his own failure to get Hillary elected? Without a doubt. From Zero Hedge, in a breakout session, George Soros is again speaking in Davos, discussing items such as the fate of Europe, markets, regulation, and of course Trump saying that he is convinced, quote, Trump is going to fail. Here are the highlights so far. But the fact of it is that George Soros has always been able to just speak and change economies of nations, smaller nations mainly. But now we have Donald Trump who just speaks, and the Dow Jones has skyrocketed. Many nations have changed already. It seems that the devil, George Soros, the devil inhabits George Soros, that is, a lot, is really threatened by the Trump of God, Donald Trump. No, Donald Trump is not literally the Trump of God, but that's a nickname I call him. So Soros has said convinced Trump will fail because ideas contradictory. Says he has called Trump a con man and a would-be dictator. Really? Woe, as Isaiah 5:20 says, woe unto them who call evil good and good evil. Right here. That put darkness for light, light for darkness, but that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. That's exactly what he's doing right there. He's putting sweet for bitter and bitter for sweet. Oh yeah, George Soros. A professing Jew. I don't know if I could really believe that. But of course, there are many wicked Jews, just like any other nationality in the world. Don't try to play the blame game with Jews. They are blinded spiritually, as Paul says in Romans chapter 11. Please read your King James Version Bible to understand the truth of it. It is the hardest person or nationality to God's elect is the hardest to convert to Christianity. That's why God says they've been blinded. He says, can't predict how Trump will act. Trump doesn't know. We can totally predict. Everything he says here is the exact complete opposite. That's right. You can predict exactly what Trump's going to do because he does everything he says he's going to do. Markets at peak of uncertainty won't do well, really. The opposite. They're going better than ever. Has overstated dangers of disintegration of Europe. Not true at all, of course. Neither Putin nor China want Europe to disintegrate. Neither Putin nor China want Europe to disintegrate. Really? That's a complete lie about Putin. I don't know about China. And markets see Trump dismantling regulations, cutting taxes. That's right. He's going to make the market go free again. He's going to make America great again. Speaking of Soros failures and deflections, perhaps he's merely deflecting from his own professional failure. That's right. As he lost $1 billion betting against the market after Trump won. A billionaire Democratic donor, or Democrat, George Soros lost about $1 billion in the market following President-elect Donald Trump's White House win. Not speaking of the millions that he put forward for her, getting her to be elected. Soros expected the market to drop sharply after Election Day, the report said. Or how about all the BLM protesters he's been funding? The stock market instead rallied on expectations that Trump's policies will boost both corporate earnings and the overall economy. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up to 9.3% since Trump's victory. And and when you just go again, as I said earlier this morning, when you go over to Isaiah 45, you see what Donald Trump is doing to George Soros. Thus saith the Lord to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have holden, to subdue nations before him. He's subduing those nasty nations. And I will loose the loins of kings, George Soros, to open before him the two-leaved gates, and the gates shall not be shut. I will go before thee, and make the crooked places straight. George Soros, I will break in pieces the gates of brass, and cut in sunders the bars of iron. George Soros and all these Democrats and bureaucratic New World Order abominations, I will give thee the treasures of darkness. Isn't that what he's already done by the billions with George Soros? And the hidden riches of secret places. Yeah, those. And the Bible talks about you don't speak about things that are done in secret. That's right. You don't need to. We just know they're in secret places. Secret abominations by George Soros and his gang of Obama and Hillary Clinton. So again, it says the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 9.3% since Trump's victory. That's a lot when you consider 9.3% over generally speaking 20,000. Yeah, 9.3%. Let's see, that would be, I guess that would mean, let's see, if 10% of 20,000 would be 1,800. So, yeah, or 18,000. So it must have gone from approximately 18,400 to about 19,000. I think it's 19,970. Don't quote me on that, but somewhere in that. It's very close to 20,000 right now. So anyway, that'll be all for this good report on how Donald Trump is destroying and stealing the wealth of the riches in darkness already. He's not even sworn in. Very soon, though. Thank you for listening.